To be a Caps fan.
No, to be.
All right. We are live. What's up, Dinger Nation? This is the first ever live Dingers and Dashers podcast. Looks like we got 9 viewers here. Looks like Ian List 7922 is already in the chat. Pretty hype. Welcome to Dingers and Dashers. My name is Josh alongside my co-host Adam. It's a great day to be talking all things Dingers and Dashers, baseball and hockey. Let's get right into it. And we just first off want to wish everyone a happy holidays. We're here. We have our hot chocolate and the retro Dingers and Dashers mugs. It's gotten a little cold, but
it's good.
It's good hot chocolate. We're so happy to be here. We got our hockey holidays shirts on. We're gonna get right into what's going on with the Caps. Adam, it's bad. It's really bad right now. What's going on with the Caps? Injuries, losses, and a whole lot of streakiness. What have we seen?
Yeah, Josh, I just want to say I'm so happy to be here. This is really fun to just do a live podcast with all you guys. Hit us up in the comments. I mean, we really want to hear all your questions, everything you guys got. But with the Caps right now, I want to see them get something going before New Year's. I mean, it's happy holidays, but Caps fans aren't happy right now.
Yeah, it's been rough. It's tough to also gauge where this team's at because they lose 7 games in a row, and then they go 9-1-1, and then they're in a 6-game losing skid. So it's gotten so unpredictable to the point where each night, what version of this team is going to come out there and play? And I don't even think the players themselves know it because they say after the games, oh, we need to do this. You know, we just need to get more pucks in the front of the net. We need to crash the net. Then why aren't they doing it is my question. If they know what the problem is, they know that the lines aren't working. They know, why isn't there a change that's being made?
Yeah, it's got to just be with the energy day in, day out. I mean, I feel like you go into a game, their first game against the Red Wings was just awful. When at home ice, they had no energy, and then they go in and they got a different type of energy. They lose that game away, but that was a tightly contested game. I think we outplayed them. We should have won that game, but you can't go in one day and have this. So like, we're just playing another game of hockey and then be like, come on, we're the Washington Capitals. We're playing this game of hockey. And that's not how it works in the professional hockey league. Right now we're sitting in 4th place. We have a lot to look forward to. There's a lot going on with the Capitals, but this streaky game isn't going to hold up. The streaky game is going to find us outside the playoff picture, and we're not going to make the playoffs if we keep playing like this.
I'm going to say it. I wouldn't even consider it's like, oh, this isn't Caps hockey, because I don't know what Caps hockey is right now. You know, every single night, it's a different looking team. And that's, yes, in part to some injuries, but also at the same time, it's also in part to like, there's not as much culture and identity in this team. I look at this team and I don't know what to expect. Ethan Rabinovich in the chat, he's asking about what we think about another LT stinker as of late, and that it's becoming a trend. Yeah, he hasn't had his best games so far. But I think that the reason it seems like it's a lot more on him and we're noticing it right now is because people are starting to expose that flaw. The Caps aren't putting him enough goals to supplement a shaky game. And so all of a sudden, last night was abysmal. I'm not defending that performance. That was just terrible from 11 and a half minutes left in the third to the end. But in general, I think that we need to remember that he's human and that players have bad games. And yeah, it's a little bit of a concerning trend, but he's such a mentally strong player, and we see how much talent he has. And he even made some huge saves last night to the point where I'm not worried about him as a player. It just sucks what's happening right now. And then Clickbait 549, I think he definitely deserves a Canada roster spot because he's had a couple bad games as of late. But if we're going to hold him to a standard that he has to play perfectly every night, then nobody's going to make the Olympic squads, you know? So I think he's still deserving that spot, but I would like to see an end to this kind of stinker that he's been on recently.
Yeah, so for sure the Tendies have been struggling. I mean, the other teams are putting up way too many goals on us the past couple games. LT for sure is not been on his game, and it's a shame because right now they're really deciding on who we're going to give the roster spot to, who we're going to give the goalie spots to for Team Canada, and he's not making his claim strong right now, and it's something that I think the reason for I think maybe an uptick in goals is just you can't withstand so many breakaways that the Capitals give up, so many odd man rushes. The Capitals early in the season really didn't give up that many because we were playing a tighter game. We weren't scoring that many goals. when we were on our hot streak, we were scoring a ton of goals, but we were letting out a lot of on-man rushes. LT and Charlie were playing out of their minds. Josh, I don't want to say that they're playing terrible right now, because before that they were playing out of their minds. We didn't talk about how unsustainable that goaltending was. Right now they're playing like I feel like a average, maybe a little bit below average goaltending, but like still so many odd man rushes. And I think Team Canada, it's really a shame, because right now he's got to fight. He's got to fight for it, because I think he had it. If you asked me 2 weeks ago, he's got it locked. Right now, I think he's really got to fight. Next couple games before New Year's, he's really got to get some good games in. I want to see the Capitals go out firing, but yeah, it's really a shame.
Yeah, I'm not sure he needs to exactly fight for it. I think still, if you don't look at the last week, I think he's a shoe-in. So I don't think just like a couple bad weeks or a couple bad games is indicative of like he's not a good player, but it's going to be telling in how he bounces back. Yes, clickbait, 5 unanswered goals is pretty terrible. That's true. We're about to unpack that. But kind of bouncing into the game yesterday, Noah Lobo 4320 asked, how many years until Ovi retires? At this rate, do we get to the end of the season before Ovi even announces it? But what I will say,
yeah, 6 years ago, actually, just on that question, Noah, 6 years ago, I just posted a little edit. Go check that out on YouTube. But Ovi had an interview 6 years ago saying, people ask him, this woman asked him if he breaks the record, what will he do? He says, probably retire. Like, if I break the record, I'm done. And liar, Ovi, he's not done. He can't step away from the game. He loves the game so much, and he wants to win another cup with us. But I'm feeling that it just feels to me like this is his last year.
Well, yeah, he was contractually obligated to not be done after last season, but we'll see. But what I will say is that Ovi's a real difference maker on the ice, even if he's not coming on the stat sheet. Last night, he went full throttle into the boards, wrecked some player on the Rangers, and all of a sudden, the arena gets loud. The Caps start moving the puck so much better for the next minute. Like, Ovi has that ability. When he moves his legs, he can really change the game. And he hasn't been doing that. And that goes right back into the fact that the Caps are saying all these things they need to do. Ovi's, I need to activate. I need to move my feet. But at the end of the day, he's still spending 95% of his ice time standing with a stick in the air, waiting for the puck from Strome or Carlson. And the fact remains that these players aren't moving their feet enough. They aren't activating. They aren't getting on that forecheck. When that third line comes in with Frank, Milano, Lapierre, and they forecheck, they make it so hard for the other team to get out of their zone. And if they do get out of that zone, all they can do is just dump the puck in and change. The Caps aren't doing that enough right now, and it's bad. And I don't even know that the Caps can get out of this, because they haven't shown me that they can yet. You know, they went on that little hot run for a minute, but this team being this streaky, who knows where the slide ends with these guys?
Yeah, you pointed out Ethan Frank. He had an incredible game in Detroit a couple of days ago. He had both of our goals in the 3-2 overtime loss. He was incredible. I mean, he had that one goal where I think he was like the fastest player this year or something. Like his skating time was like super fast. Ethan Frank, when he went goal line to goal line, it was incredible, and he brings so much energy every single time you see they dump it. He's forechecking. He always wins the puck. He's always doing something. And I think I don't understand why we didn't use him more last year. And I think Carbs is really noticing it, and he's really increases ice time, playing him on the power play. I know Ryan Leonard's back, so he'll probably be back on the power play. But no, Ethan Frank's gaining a lot of ice time, and someone who people are suggesting that should see a tick in less ice time is Alex Ovechkin, which I'm not going to disagree with. I think he's starting to see a little bit of a downtick in his ice time, but Ovi still has so much to give, guys. He's not playing at the level that this is Alex Ovechkin. He's still playing at Alex Ovechkin level. He's just not playing over here. So you can tick his ice time just by a little bit, but you're going to see if you're not playing Ovi, you're going to see that the energy level is just not going to be there.
Well, hold on. Yeah, going back to Ethan Frank, he has been one of the hotter players in DC recently. And as much as Ethan in the chat says you can't have a 40-year-old carry your team, you also can't have a guy coming in making $775K a year be the guy carrying your team, because, yeah, Ethan Frank is hot right now, but that guy shouldn't be the hottest player on a team with Ovi, Wilson, Chikrin, even Carlson, who's been scoring some goals, Protas. You have these freak athletes, these really good hockey players, and you're being carried by a young guy, barely on the cap at the start of the season. The Caps didn't have any plans for him to really be part of this team. And so now I guess the question for Chris Patrick and Spencer Carberry becomes, is Ethan Frank a guy that now he's a free agent end of the year? If he keeps producing like this, his value is going to go up. Do you re-sign him right now, or do you try and put him in some sort of package trade now that his value is a little bit higher and you get a quote finisher on the team? Because Spencer Carberry said the team needs a finisher. They need a center, a forward, or someone who can add something. Is this when you try and ship Ethan Frank out while he's on the hottest run of his career?
Hypothetically, like this is the time to ship a guy like that. And can he sustain what he's doing right now? Which most people will say no. I'm gonna say keep him. I love Ethan Frank. It's just a rare talent to have somebody who can skate as fast as Ethan Frank. He's fastest player in the NHL. He's the fastest player to ever skate. And you're just gonna ship away a talent like that. I think there's so much you can do with him. There's so much he's such a nasty talent. Like you don't see someone who can do something like this. I say use that to your advantage. Maybe not use him in every single scenario, but there's definitely things you can do with that. And if you're going to trade him away, you're going to get somebody who fits a different talent like that, and you're not going to have the fast skater that you have with Ethan Frank. And I think with all the old guys, you need fast talent.
Let's go right into the chat. Ian Liss asking, what do I do if I don't like hockey because I can't see the puck? You need to watch more games. It's tough to see the puck sometimes, but
not really.
Well, it can be. You've been watching hockey for so long, but when I first got into it, it was a little tough to see the puck. You got to watch the players and where they're looking and where they're going. But also, if you just watch a little bit, the same could be said for some just you can see the ball in pretty much every other sport. But you just got to watch a little bit more. And if you're not open to watching, I know you watch the podcast, and so we can take care of all your puck needs. Are you guys going to cover the Winter Olympics? Yeah, we'll be there. We'll cover. If LT, Chychrun, and Wilson aren't on Team Canada,
we will not be happy. We will not be happy. Probably kind of like we did last year with the
Four Nations.
Four Nations,
what was that?
Yeah.
Top team in the league has no players in there, yet the Canucks are sending players in the Four Nations.
It's ridiculous, and I think nobody deserves it more than Tom fucking Wilson. Sorry for my language there. I get ecstatic when I hear Tom Wilson not like being in the Four Nations tournament. We need him in there. Another guy you need is Logan Thompson. He's making his case right now, and just get these guys in, man.
Yeah. Theo, what's the case for Canada not taking LT? I don't think there is. And unless you don't want to win the Olympics, like he's the best goalie in the league right now. Yes, we are family friendly. Adam, it's just bad going live with that too. But there is no case for Team Canada to not take Logan Thompson. He's the best goaltender in the league. I don't care that Jordan Binnington did what he did for you last year in the Four Nations. He's not good this year. Logan Thompson is good. So it's just, I think to me, it's just.
I see a comment that makes me upset. I'm sorry, Tom Wilson should not be on Team Canada. What reason should Tom Wilson not be on Team Canada? You need somebody who's physical. You need somebody who's going to be the enforcer. You're going to put some small guy who's going to skate around and maybe score a goal here. Tom Wilson can score more goals than probably any of these small skater guys. Well, put Tom Wilson on Team Canada. It doesn't make any sense. Why not?
I'm curious to what Ethan's getting at. Ethan, if you want to throw into the chat why Tom Wilson isn't deserving. One guy who I feel like isn't getting talked about enough is Chychrun, though. But we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, we don't have that much influence. He's a goat that does nothing. Oh, he's a goon that does nothing but punch people and take penalties. He's been
that's just not true.
It's not true. He's spoken like a true Anaheim Ducks fan over there. He's been leading the team in goals this season. So, in my opinion, he's pretty good. But if you actually watch his play, he's one of those guys who can dictate the pace of a game and dictate the structure of a game. Similar to Ryan Leonard, almost what he's able to do. Wilson's just a bona fide superstar who can do that. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens at the end of the day, but I think he's incredibly deserving. Why don't we address Noah's comment about what USA needs to do to beat Team Canada?
Yeah, USA, I mean, they're really tight, and I think the US needs to be the more physical team because they have guys like the Tkachuk brothers, and use that to your advantage, get in the heads of Team Canada, and just fire. I mean, I don't think Canada's better than USA per se. maybe they got some of these young guys. They got Celebrini, who I think will definitely be on the roster, and he's really, really good. But use your big enforcers to your advantage. I think that's why Team Canada needs Tom Wilson so much. Like, who's going to go up against Brady Tkachuk in a fight? Like, Tom Wilson can. But that's not all Tom Wilson does. I just want to
exactly. That's the point. Like, we played the Rangers last night. We played Rempe. Rempe could also go up against the Tkachuk brothers in a fight.
That's all he does.
But the difference, exactly. The difference is that Wilson could also put 2 goals and an assist on the board for you. Little Gordie Howe hat trick. Rempe can get you killing penalties for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And yes, Wilson does take more penalties, but at the end of the day, like, guys who are aggressive like that, like, you're gonna take more penalties. It's just a byproduct of his game. But I don't think it's as reckless as it's been earlier on in his career. Which is why it's the perfect time. Adam, I think it's
you
time.
got something for me?
I think. Well, this is for the viewers. Okay. Adam and I have some holiday gifts to exchange in just a second. But these you might have seen on previous installments are teeny. Can we get a Dingers and Dashers chess boxing match? Yeah. Oh boy, Ross, that's right. The Teeny Mates have officially come out. So these are little figurines, mystery figurines, one from each team. We're going to cut it open. 2 mystery players, what we have all been waiting for. Why don't you throw some predictions in the chat for either which team or which player we're going to pull out of the mystery pack. I'm going to cut it open with some scissors this time because,
yeah. And while he's doing that, I'm going to take a quick look at our upcoming schedule. The Capitals just faced the Rangers. Now we got some tough opponents coming up. The Capitals are going Saturday night at 7 p.m. at the Devils. The Devils right now, they fell off a little bit, but they're still a really, really, really tough team. Yeah, it's gonna be a big one for the Caps. They got to get back on track, and I think no better way than do it on the road. I mean, we haven't been getting it done at home. We haven't been getting it done on the road. Go in, show it that you can do this. I think right now going on the road is the way you get the best energy because you're like, oh, we got to do this. Like, listen to these crowd. Like these guys hate us. Let's go out and beat these guys. And then they go back on the road on Monday night against the Panthers at 7 p.m. And then they're back at home against the Rangers. We have a little rematch there. We need this. We really need this rematch.
That's huge.
It's gonna be a really fun game. December 31st at 12:30 p.m. Josh.
Wow. Yes, a little matinee for your New Year's Eve. Here's the thing: it's a really close Metropolitan Division, but also even though the playoffs were a couple of years ago, like that, the Rangers still sit in our heads and our hearts as a team that embarrassed us. And so every win we get against them, like, kind of restores something within us. And so getting embarrassed like that on home ice is not going to cut it. We need to we need to fix that. I saw a lot of people online last night were like, Christmas is ruined because of these Caps. Let's not ruin New Year's as well. But let's get into the Teeny Mates, see some predictions. Our first Teeny Mate from the St. Louis Blues.
Is that Vladimir?
No, Jordan Binnington. Wow.
Jordan Binnington. Yeah, we got a goalie here. All right, Jordan Binnington's our first one. I don't see any guesses there.
Nationals promo schedule breakdown. That man beast, it's coming. Lots of bobbleheads this season. And our second player's caught up in some of the puzzle pieces here.
Speaking of bobbleheads, the Caps got some good bobbleheads coming up. We got Dylan Strome bobblehead night, and we got Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Ovechkin Star Wars bobblehead. That's going to be a fun one. Hopefully I'll be there.
Fellas, we have could be the rookie of the year from the Canadiens, Ivan Demidov. Wow.
That's some good ones.
That's
Ivan
huge.
Demidov. I've never seen that one be pulled. Yeah.
I know Ethan is going to want that Ivan Demidov little teeny mate, and maybe we can get it to you. Yeah, wow. What great pulls from teeny mates today. It's no Ovi. Actually, the first ever teeny mate I opened for hockey, I pulled an Ovi.
It's meant to be, guys. He's meant to be a Caps fan. Come on.
Hockey holidays. Why don't we also just exchange our not for sale if the price is right? Why don't we also just we'll wait for our baseball thing to exchange those cards. But yeah, I honestly want to hear from anyone in the chat what they think about what the Caps have been doing recently and the best way to turn it around. While they get those thoughts in order, Theo asked about the Olympic rink. Two concerns with that. A, that it might not be finished in time, and B, that it's 4 feet shorter than an NHL rink. I'll say two things on that front. I'll say that I think there's no like, it's not, will it be finished in time or not? There's no option for it to not be finished. It's the Olympics.
Yeah, they gotta get it.
It's the Winter Olympics with some of the best teams we've ever seen in the Olympics.
That shouldn't be a concern, Josh.
It shouldn't be a thing where people are wondering, oh, will there even be Olympic hockey? No, people should be able to concern their efforts on like, oh, which team's going to win on the rink that's going to be finished in time. Not will the rink be finished in time? Will it not? And what's up with this? What's up with the shorter rink too? I get like some space constraints, but I wonder if that could present to be a safety issue for these players because you might be asking 200-foot rink, 4 feet shorter. What does that really do? These players know these NHL rinks. Like they could probably skate it really close to the wall blindfolded just because of how well they know that rink. And so when you have a smaller rink, it can present safety issues. It can make some plays a little bit more congested. And I really wonder what's going to happen. But I know that teams will be pissed and fans will be pissed and everyone will be pissed if players get hurt because of this and can't go back to do their actual jobs in the NHL because they got hurt playing in a non-regulation rink in the Olympics.
Yeah, I want to say that just they'll be pissed that they get hurt in general. But these players are going to really care about the Olympics. We saw what they cared about the Four Nations. This is not some random like NBA All-Star game. Like these guys really care about representing their country. And there were fights in the Four Nations games. These guys were like a week later, they were playing for their teams and like their coaches, and their coaches were happy with them getting into fights. These players care. These games are going to be incredible. You do not want to miss Olympic hockey. Please do not miss that.
Yeah, Olympic hockey is going to be great. I'm more of a bobsled guy myself, but
it's good. I like curling. I'm a big fan of curling. It's gonna be fun.
Curling. You know, I was actually
the USA hockey team. They have a new curling team coming into the Olympics.
Do they?
They're the top team was dethroned this year. They got a new rookie team coming in.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was at the Nads Park Winter Wonderfest, open until December 30th. You should go check that out. It's awesome. They have tubing. They have all sorts of stuff. They had curling there.
Did they?
I was not good. I actually overshot the I don't know what they're called, like the little bullseye things. And my curler, whatever it is, left the end of the curling board like 5 times. I almost hit a kid in the foot. Actually, I almost small kid.
Maybe I gotta take you. Maybe I gotta take you curling. There was a curling rink in Laurel.
Okay.
Maybe I gotta take you.
Hey, maybe we should bring some people along. Maybe in the new year we'll go curling. Maybe January, February. That could be a lot of fun. Ian Liss, what do we have? If the Caps miss the playoffs again, is this soft rebuild still defensible, or does it become an organizational malpractice? That's a really good word. No, there's no world where the Caps should miss the playoffs. And if they do, people, as they are now, are going to be calling for all these moves and trades. Look, everyone's calling for like trade this, trade all the D. Maybe this is the wrong take, but I don't think that we're so far off in terms of who's on our team. I think we have like pretty much the pieces we need to win games, and those pieces have showed they can win games. You just need them to shape up. So I don't think that the Caps enter a full throttle rebuild if they miss the playoffs this year. But if they do miss the playoffs this year, something needs to change.
There will be concerns if the Caps not make the playoffs, because this team right now, there's so many pieces. You say a name, you're like, oh, this person fits on our team, and it doesn't make sense that the Caps will make the playoffs. But right now, it's starting to get a little worrisome. We're way early in the season, but like the Caps can't play like this if they're going to make the playoffs.
Throw in the comments, what's your favorite Olympic sport to watch, and maybe we'll do some additional coverage on those sports come Olympic season.
But speaking of other sports, let's get into a little baseball, Josh. I know you're drinking your chocolate, but I didn't mean to slap you there.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah. Wait, one more thing. Air pistol shooting, LEA. Welcome in. Skeleton, that's always good. Let's see. Niche question. The Caps' defensive structure still relies heavily on collapsing low. Do you think that's masking foot speed issues on the back end? And is it actually capping their transition offense? Let's break down.
Wait, I gotta read this again. Sorry. The Caps' defense structure will rely heavily on collapsing low. Do you think that's masking foot speed issues? All right, that's a nonsense question. That doesn't mean anything.
Don't worry, I have no idea what it means either. Chat GPT question is entered. The transition game has been rough, but I don't know if low collapsing foot speed is the problem with that. Good question, Ian Ross. If you want to try and break down what that question,
but it is low. It is foot speed can be when someone gets older, like Ovechkin or Carlson. And I know Carlson. I saw he had a bad turnover earlier in the game.
Yeah.
He's just. I guess what you're saying is like the guys when they get older, their foot speed maybe they're a little bit like they're slower, but I mean, and then the foot speed of like the young guys are faster.
Max Ewan would win.
I don't
that fight.
understand that one, but
Max Ewan, captain of the Ram hockey team, would win in a fight against Tom Wilson. I think it's so simple.
That'd be a great fight.
That'd be an amazing fight.
I would see that. Yeah,
that'd be an amazing fight. Maybe we need to see Ethan get into a goalie fight.
Yeah, Ethan, if you're watching this, get into a goalie fight. He's there. He's there.
No,
he's there.
He is watching.
All right, for sure, Ethan. Go get into a hockey fight then.
He's been talking the whole time. It's great. I love the fact that like we could like interact. We might need to do this a little bit more often. If you guys would be open to that.
Let's head to the Nationals. We got a little.
Let's do the Nationals. Let's ease into baseball. Adam and I actually got each other some holiday gifts.
We did.
A little baseball card. Adam, I'll give you this one first. It's a rookie card.
Is it?
It's rare. It's niche. It's Orlando Ribalta. Where's the camera? There it is. Now,
throwback. Ooh.
Now, yeah. Let's. This guy has been in the Nats system since 2019. Made his debut this year. 4 games, 3.1 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, a healthy ERA of 13.5, and a minus 0.1 WAR. I mean,
I bet you guys didn't think Orlando Ribalta was going to get a little shout out today.
If you
guys was not in your bingo cards,
if you guys are thinking about the World Baseball Classic coming up, it's basically the Baseball All-Star Game, and Orlando Ribalta is not on your mind, you're doing something right. So, Adam, here's that.
Thank you, Josh.
It's all good, Adam.
And I got one for you, Josh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This one is a little bit less niche of a player. He's a former Nat on a team we don't really like.
It sounds like career path.
But it's a great player. Great card. Kyle Schwarber. A little nice card here. He's got some stars in there.
Wow.
It looks like a Stars of the MLB. Kyle Schwarber, Philadelphia Phillies DH card. Here you go.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I think I won that trade. Schwarber for Orlando Ribalta.
I'll take a Nationals over a Phillies player all day, even if it's Orlando Ribalta. I got you, bro.
Gotta love Schwarbs. Oh, by the way, before I forget, that Caps game last night, I want to give a huge shout out to Ryan for hooking me up with the tickets. They were great tickets. And in that actual seat, I caught a little T-shirt giveaway. I'll show the people here.
He's an athlete, guys. He's not just a podcaster.
And it was almost like a loose puck. It came up off of all of our hands, ended up in behind this woman sitting over there. Like it was like between her and the seat. And I went diving in and I got the shirt and I held it up and the crowd went wild. No, nobody really cared. People were kind of upset that they didn't get the shirt, but it's a great shirt.
Yeah, should we talk about the Nats' new GM signing?
Yeah, let's talk about the Nats' new GM signing.
I think that was gonna be our first segment. Let's talk about what do you think about the Nats signing?
Look, the Nats front office is young right now. Not Jacob Young, young. And I think that could be really special because having a young front office doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be successful. But the Nats needed a change. And the Nats front office was fairly old. Mike Rizzo, Miguel Cairo, Davey before Miguel. You know, like all the coaches, all the front office, it was all old. And they had a method to the madness that they had and that they did, but it wasn't working. So you pull a 180 and you change the culture, and you got guys like Paul Taboni. He proved in Boston what he can do and what he's able to do in terms of scouting and development, something that the Nats need. So I love the fact that they're continuing with that.
Yeah, and I think they're going to get in Phillies. I think they're getting a Phillies guy. I can't really pronounce his name. Andrew Colombi, I think is his name.
I purposely didn't mention the name.
Yeah,
I have no idea how to say it.
I think that's how you say his name. But I like the Phillies have so many players, and they've gotten all these players from acquisitions, trades, free agents guys, and they're keeping all of them. The Phillies guys, this Phillies guy, what was he, the assistant GM before? They know how to keep their players. Maybe their players aren't playing to the standards that they should be and not winning in the playoffs, but they're getting the guys. They have the guys. So if we have a GM like that's able to get these players, why not take him? So I love the signing. The Phillies assistant GM, Colombi. We're happy to have you. Stay young, Caps. Stay young, Nats. Sorry, Nats, Caps. I mean, happy holidays, guys. But
hockey holidays.
Yeah.
We're going to keep going with the Nats. I think we need to jump into whatever's happening down here in the chat. The initial question came, was it from Theo? Ian. Which vegetable would be a home run hitter? Which vegetable would be a good pitcher? Theo had a great take that tomato equals David Ortiz. I kind of see that really good.
Yeah, he's that big red fire. Like, he can
Yeah.
just bomb a ball. Like, you smash a tomato.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Murakami. Adam actually made a reel and a short about that earlier this week. Let's see. I think the pitcher I would want out there, Cauliflower, man. Cauliflower is gonna have a nasty curveball, a nasty changeup, and a decent splitter. That's what I would take.
Yeah, pitcher, I would go like
Cauliflower.
Go like a long broccoli, long broccoli rob, because I mean they can really fish for it. Like they're really, I think they're flexible. You got like the thin stems.
They
can really launch.
In terms of a power hitter,
well,
contact hitter is Brussels sprouts.
I like that. I like a good carrot as a bunter. The carrot can bunt. Josh.
Not to get on base, just to move players over.
I think an iceberg lettuce is a good.
Oh my goodness!
Iceberg lettuce. That's my take for the power hitter.
I would say a good head of romaine. Oh, a pumpkin. Yeah, that could be great.
Yeah, that's going.
Let's get back into.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about Munetaka Murakami. Let's get back into it. I really love this signing for the White Sox, and I'm surprised they were able to get him. He was a highly scouted prospect coming out of the Japan League. He was a 2-time MVP. This guy was a power hitter. This guy's insane. Look up his highlights. Look up like what he looks like. Murakami he's a beast.
Yeah, the MLB put like a hype package video together for him, and my goodness, this guy is something. And the White Sox, they signed a pitcher yesterday. I'm completely blanking on it. Was it Sean Newcomb that they signed? Oh, they signed Noah. Who they signed yesterday, but The White Sox are starting to make some moves, and this isn't like, okay, they're ready for September and October, but they can become a really fun 60, 70, 75, I was pushing it, win ball club. Similar to like how, well, the Nats aren't like fun, but like, how the Nats have like little bright spots within them. It's like, oh, this guy like Nassim Nunez is like so fun to watch, stuff like that. I think that the White Sox are starting to build that, and you got Colson Montgomery, Arizona Foley, Glendale Desert Dog alum.
He's so good.
Like the White Sox are starting, and I'm not saying that they're coming out of the rebuild, but they're starting to put A's legend Sean Newcomb they signed, but they're starting to put pieces of their team together, and we'll see how far that can take them.
No, but I think it was a really impressive signing. Like getting a guy like that over some of the teams, like the Red Sox. I know we're really interested in him. I bet you the Orioles are probably interested in him too.
Yeah,
but able to get him over these top contenders, these guys who have so much more money than the White Sox. It's really impressive, and they got him for like a solid price. I mean, they hope he turns out, because you never know with these guys. Like, it takes them some time. I know it took Roki Sasaki some time, but he turned out to be a great closer, and I think he's going to be a great closer in the league for years to come.
I think he was great. I don't think he's proven yet, but
he looks pretty good.
There's chocolate chips at the bottom of the mug that I'm trying to get.
Yeah, he's got a sweet tooth. We all do. We all got our sweet tooth there, but. Yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. I think there's a couple other big signings. Jeff McNeil. We didn't put a short about that because honestly, we don't think it's that big of news. But
I thought it was huge. I started texting Adam like, "Oh my god!"
And I was like, "It's just Jeff McNeil, dude.
Just Jeff McNeil. It's just the New York Mets agreeing to never win a game for the rest of the time."
Well, that's kind of fun, actually. Yeah, getting rid of Jeff McNeil. You got any other players you want to talk about, Josh?
Ryan O'Hearn.
Yeah, that's one.
Okay.
You want to talk about Ryan O'Hearn a little bit?
I just want to say his name.
It's a fun name. We also got anybody else that we
any players that have been on your guys' mind?
We can talk about Alex Bregman. We can talk about any of these guys. We talked about them on the last show, but I don't think there's any like specific news that came out about the four big free agents. But yeah, speaking of big free agents, this guy was a free agent once before. Let's head into our segment Career Path, where Josh is going to guess the player when I tell him his career. All right, let's get right into it. All right, Josh, this player was a pitcher. All right, he started his career from in 2008 to 2011 with the Oakland Athletics, then signed with the Nationals in 2012 and was on the team since until 2018. Okay, then he was in 2018. He was traded during the deadline to the Milwaukee Brewers and stayed with them through 2019. Okay, 2020 in his last season, he signs with the White Sox for one season.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy's a 2-time All-Star.
Yep.
You got it, Josh?
Yep. Lefty.
Do Do you have it?
Gio Gonzalez.
Yeah, he's got it.
I mean,
Yeah.
2012 to 2018, flipped at the deadline. If you don't know that's Gio Gonzalez, where have you been? Yep, Gio, chat's got it.
Yeah.
I said it first. All right, get over yourself.
We've had some tough career path ones in the past. I went a little bit easier, I would say, for you guys on a live episode, but it's still a tough one. If you got Gio Gonzalez, you should be proud of yourself.
Want to hear a fun fact?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Deadass, this is true. BCC baseball, we've all played it when we were younger. Gio Gonzalez came to one of my practices, and I met him, and I have a signed baseball from him. Let me see if I can even find the picture. He was like family friends with someone on the team. The Nats were done before the season was over.
You know what's tough?
What?
You know what's tough about Gio Gonzalez when you think about it? He was traded in the middle of 2018.
Yeah, he almost was a World Series
missed
champ.
the World Series champ.
But you have to question, like, if Gio's on that team in 2019 is Anibal Sanchez, then you don't get that historic no-hitter game.
No, I'm not complaining about it. I just I feel bad for Gio.
You feel bad for him, but then if he's still on the team, do they even win the World Series? Y'all have a Gio bobblehead? I do. No, but we do accept gifts to the podcast.
I have a Gio bobblehead.
Oh, all right.
I'm sure I do. Yeah, I got a ton. I got a ton of Nats bobbleheads. If you guys want to see my collection, I'll share it on the Dingers and Dashers Instagram, TikTok.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe I'll come a video. If you guys get, let's say, how many likes are we saying in this video?
We're at 9.
Okay, by
9,000. No, I'm kidding.
By New Year's, if we get 200 likes, guys, bobblehead collection's coming out.
200 is
No,
gold.
we're gonna get 200.
All right,
Guys,
hey, make it happen.
Go tell your friends. Go tell your family.
There's another one.
Yep, just got 10 likes. It's happening, guys.
It's
Come on,
happening.
200 likes, and I will share my entire bobblehead collection.
Boom.
You guys need that.
Madman Beast, you want to say ain't no way, no shot, but you never know. You never know unless you try. Adam, what else are we going to talk about for the fellas today?
Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about the World Baseball Classic. It's coming up.
This is huge. Okay, these are some of the best teams. I know we're saying like, oh, Olympics, best teams ever, but the best players of the sport are still emerging. And you just look at like the Dominican Republic's team, you look at the U.S.'s team, you look, whoa, like here. All right, let me get my thoughts in order. My first question: do we like Aaron Judge now because he's our captain for the U.S.?
I've always had a sweet spot for Aaron Judge. I don't like the Yankees, but there's this little part of me, like I would say, like maybe in my tricep, that it's Aaron Judge is that guy.
Yeah, I know Ross is going crazy right now.
But you how can you hate him? Like, what has he done? Like, what has he done to like be a hated guy? He does. I feel like he does everything the right way, and he's still hated because he's Aaron Judge, because he plays for the Yankees, and he's like their guy. Yeah, Ross, you can say whatever you want, but come on, he's hard to hate. Like he doesn't do anything wrong. Argue with me on that. Argue. What has he done wrong? What has he done to be a hated player?
I respect him a lot. I just can't like a Yankees player. I can't stand the Yankees.
Fair.
It's always been that. And it's kind of thing where legitimately, if you're not a Yankees fan, you hate the Yankees.
Yeah, and you hate Aaron Judge. It's just what it is. But
what I will say is like I can't stand the Dodgers, for example, but I like Shohei. I like Shohei because I don't like Shohei because he's a generational talent, like what he's doing for the game. But he's not like I like him.
He's not like a sweet spot hero.
I like
Aaron
his
Judge is.
non-confrontation. I like his détente manner, but I don't like Judge. It's just I respect the hell. I think he's could be the best baseball player of this generation. Or well, Shohei's also there, but like Judge is arguably like better, at least offensively, than Shohei. Arguably, I'm not saying he is. Arguably, but just don't like him.
Yeah, the World Baseball Classic team is gonna be good, Josh. You got Tariq School, Paul Skeens. I mean, you have some pitchers who they've never played in the World Baseball Classic, never played in the international stage. They're gonna dominate.
Yeah,
they're really gonna dominate. Josh.
It's gonna be huge, and it's gonna be especially like Japan. There's a lot of questions or a lot of players from Japan that are coming over to the U.S. So maybe are some of these players in Japan, are they going to get their first look at the U.S. in this tournament before they maybe come over in the next couple of years? Players from the Dominican Republic, from Mexico, who
Minateca.
I think that for baseball, like the World Baseball Classic, it's not going to be something that answers like all these questions the same way like when the wild card game was just like a one game thing, and like you don't know who the real better team is, who won, or like the All-Star game, you don't like definitively know like this league's better than that league. The World Baseball Classic is just going to be a fun thing to watch, and we're going to be so privileged to watch like legitimately the best players in the world at baseball just play for their countries and for their personal pride.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
So
It's
great.
gonna be so great. And something that is worrying me right now. There's a lot of talks right now. That something big in the MLB news. A lot of talks on the MLB salary cap. The owners clearly are pushing for it, and the MLBPA, like the Player Association, clearly do not want it. And there's this pushback, and it feels to me like, is anything ever going to happen if two important groups that need to agree aren't even close?
It's tough, and we saw a lockout happen a couple of years ago in the MLB, and so now it's like, is another lockout going to happen? Because obviously the players, a salary cap means they don't make as much money, but for a lot of smaller market teams who aren't the Dodgers, who aren't the Yankees paying these incredibly lucrative contracts, to them it now becomes like, now we can get a little bit more even with these teams. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm thankful that my name isn't Rob Manfred and I don't have to deal with all of it, because he's going to have a lot on his hands.
I think clearly we both agree that they need something. I think all fans, like Ian says, like they need some NFL system. Like they need something, and
something needs to be different. It doesn't have to be a salary cap, but there has to be some system in place that doesn't just allow rich teams to be good and smaller markets. Because, like, sure, you got smaller market great teams like the Brewers, but it's
rare. It's so rare.
It's rare, and it's so much easier to just buy talent instead of growing your own talent. And that will inevitably, like, when smaller market teams eventually do like break out and have those amazing runs and win, it'll make the story so much better. But there also needs to be some sort of system in place.
But yeah, the NFL, that like you don't like say this is a small market team, even though they are a small market team, because they can win just as much as any other team because there's a salary cap. And I think getting rid of that, like, why make the LA Dodgers so much better than every other team when you can make them even? You can make not make them like even teams, but make their chances even. Like you're starting from here with the Dodgers, and you're starting from here with the Milwaukee Brewers, and the Milwaukee Brewers were able to get to here, but the Dodgers just,
yeah. That's kind of the end of our scripted content. Is there anything else that we haven't covered or that you would want to be said? It could be about the Caps, it could be about the Nats, it could be about the hockey, the Olympics, the MLB, anything at all that's on your guys' mind. We already covered all the vegetables.
Josh, can I just say,
yeah,
as we enter into the new year, I'm really grateful for this podcast. I'm grateful for you, Dinger.
Dasher, I'm grateful for you as well.
I'm grateful for all you guys fans. Thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, and this is the penultimate episode of the year 2025. We're gonna still have one more. It's gonna come out next Wednesday, New Year's Eve, as we bring in the new year. We need more live content. Alexander Bushman, yes, it's our goal to get it to you. Go live again. We'd love to do it. Potentially even next week. We can get into another live episode. It gets a little tougher as school starts back up, but I think a lot more live episodes are in the future. And you guys, you fans, are the real ones who stuck around for our first ever one. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We got Ethan, Ross, Matt Man, we got Alex, we got Theo was in here. Ian, of course, is all over these episodes. Those are the people we've seen. Danny Levine, what's up? Hey, thank you for sticking it. It is the tail end of our live episode here, but thank you so much for coming in and being part of the community. And really, Adam and I, we're talking about what makes Dingers and Dashers and why we started this podcast and why we love to do it every week. And we're not McNugget Minute. Yeah, it is the McNugget Minute of the podcast here.
Good call, Noah.
Great shout from Noah. But it really is just about building and fostering community. If you go check out our website, we have a little bit of a longer bio on why we do this, but it's not our jobs to analyze these teams. It's our passion. It's what we love to do. And although, we're just getting started here, we love to build a community, and we're so thankful for you guys really coming in, each and every one of you, and making our dreams of building this community a reality. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or X. Sorry, we're on Discord now. We're 2 members in, but hey, we're starting small and we're growing. And once we inevitably take off, because with your guys' help, it's going to happen. You guys are going to be the day ones who are here. So we thank you so much for that. I've been Josh. That's Adam. This was the first ever Dingers and Dashers live episode, and we'll see you later.